All right.
All right. What up? Welcome back to Black and Gold B.S, the irreverent Saints podcast from Boot Krewe Media, presented by Maker's Mark, we think. I don't know. Maybe they're still our sponsor. We're just going to assume they are. I'm Jacob Krasnow, alongside my trusty co-host, Sean Haspel. And on this special Father's Day extravaganza of Black and Gold B.S, we're joined by our dads, my father, Gary Krasnow, and Sean's dad, Papa John Haspel. Everybody want to introduce themselves?
Well, you just did.
You did it. I mean, not much I can add.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I can't wait for this. This is going to go off the rails so fast. It's going to be amazing.
All right. Keep telling yourself that. Okay.
Our dads are, of course, joining us from New Orleans. Sean and we have fled the state of Louisiana. We don't want to get run over at Costco, so
or beaten up in the bathroom at a concert by LaToya Cantrell.
Right. My son just wants to. Right. My son just wants to go out there and die of heat exhaustion. But anyway.
What are you up to today, Sean? Like 150?
Yeah. It's a cool 175 degrees here.
In the shade, right?
In the shade, yeah.
Okay.
Man, tough life. All right, let's talk about some Saints stuff.
All
right. There's been a bit of news since our last pod. Saints went through mini camp. There's not like a whole lot to talk about there. I mean, what can you really tell from players running around in shorts and shirts? Probably the most noteworthy things. Chris Olave seems to look good. He looks the part as our first round pick, or as much as he can without, a cornerback actually like being physical with him. And Landry looks good. Honey Badger's given a whole bunch of good sound bites. Probably the most disturbing piece of news to come out of camp is Marcus Davenport, Marcus 2 firsts, our very talented defensive end, had part of his pinky finger amputated. It's not funny, but I'm laughing anyway because it got too fucked up and they had to take it off. Too many ligament injuries. It got infected, amputated part of his finger. Is anybody worried about this? What are y'all's thoughts?
Well, no, not really. It didn't affect what's the guy's name from who was
Jason Pierre-Paul?
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah,
his hand, and it certainly didn't slow him down. So a little pinky, nah, he just won't be able to pick his nose.
That's right. Got 9 other fingers for that.
Yeah, I'm not concerned that's not a big deal.
Yeah, Jason Pierre-Paul's hand literally exploded. It was incinerated by a firework. So I think the way I see it is like if Davenport doesn't have the pinky anymore, it can't get hurt. So probably a net gain.
Well, that one, he's got 9 other fingers.
Okay, I don't know if he's had real pinky problems in the past, but okay.
Apparently he has.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just a guy who seems to never catch a break. I mean, whether it's just like pure bad luck or he's not investing in the right amount of strength and flexibility training or his sleep schedule or his diet or for whatever reason, the guy is like always has something wrong with him. And it's unfortunate because when he's healthy, he's like when he's healthy, he is worthy of the investment the Saints made in getting him. I mean, DA said in one of his recent interviews that when he was on the field last year, he was the best player in our defense, the most important player in our defense. But the operative expression being when he's on the field. So, and obviously this is also, yeah, exactly. But this is also a contract year for Marcus Davenport. So, I mean, all parties involved are going to have to determine how much he's really worth. And I mean, availability is the best ability. So are the Saints willing to pay top dollar for him after this season? Like almost certainly knowing that they will probably never get a full 17 plus games out of him. I don't know. Can we literally afford to take that risk with our cap being the way it is? I think it was the guys on the Saints Happy Hour podcast said that the Saints, our cap situation doesn't really prevent us from signing a lot of these guys that we need, but it might make us a little more cautious knowing that we can't gamble on a guy who might have that risk involved with him going forward, while some other teams that have a ton of cap space can say, we'd be willing to maybe overpay this guy a little bit, knowing that he might miss 5, 6, 7 games a year, but we can afford to absorb that into our overall roster and team construction. But the Saints, can we afford to take that risk? I don't know. We'll see. So he's definitely a fascinating player to watch this season.
Yeah, well, I don't know if other team would say, "Oh, yeah, we'll take the risk of him missing." I think they would take him thinking that, "Oh, our luck will be better. He'll play." Change the scene. Let's get
He's
lucky.
free from
what they
the.
say about the Saints. If it weren't for no luck, they'd have no luck at all, or something like that.
As soon as he gets away from the Oshner doctors, he'll probably be a lot healthier.
Death to us all.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. I know Papa John has some thoughts about the Saints medical staff. So the other big piece of news that came out last week was that the Saints have resurrected the infamous black helmets, although the new ones are not like the old ones.
I didn't think they'd ever had a black one. I didn't realize they.
Well, they did.
The
Saints wore black helmets in the 1969 preseason, which incredibly was 6 games. They played 6 preseason games in the late 60s, which is insane. Everybody was chain smoking and chewing tobacco on the sidelines, probably, and getting fucked up with John Meekum at bars in the French Quarter. But they were black, and they had the inverted triple striping down the middle with a gray face mask. The new ones. We got an echo. Someone's computer is echoing.
How can you tell which one's echoing? Mine.
I don't know.
I'm on an iPad in the living room.
That's got to be you.
All right. Do I need to put in headphones?
Yeah, put in headphones. Yeah. We can edit this out, so it's not a problem.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm untangled.
I think one of the things that I liked about the original black helmet, just making conversation, was that the fleur-de-lis was gold.
Right.
And I guess it is on this one too, but I don't know. I think they should have just tried to make a more faithful representation, like a modernized version of the old black helmet, as opposed to the crazy stripe and stuff.
Is Atlanta the only other team that has the black helmet?
The Steelers do.
The Ravens.
Ravens, yeah.
I thought
Dad,
okay.
Dad, can you hear us?
Yeah. Still echoing.
I don't hear an echo.
I don't hear an echo either.
I don't hear it, Jacob. Maybe you're just hearing things, Jacob.
No, I hear it.
You hear it too, Jacob? I mean, Gary?
Yeah.
Dad, go into so should be a little bar of options at the bottom of your screen, and there's the settings here. Go into that, and then go into audio, and then for speaker, you're going to want to choose the headphone option. There should be a headphone option.
Okay, hang on. I just got microphone array. Echo cancellation, which is checked. Stereo audio.
Okay, wait. The echo's gone.
Okay.
We're good. It's good.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, the black
helmets. The black helmets. Yeah. They they don't look anything like the black helmets from the 60s. The face mask is black.
They're cool.
the-
The picture. They're cool.
Oh, I think they're terrible.
Jacob hates them. He said he vomited.
Oh, you know what?
No,
I think they're nice.
No, we'll go
like
around
this.
the room. We'll go around the room and we'll talk about them, and then I'll pile on at the end.
Okay. Well, then who's first?
Sean, you were saying that you wish they had kind of done like a modern version of the 69 shells.
Yeah. They're definitely, the new Saints black helmets definitely are not perfect, but the concept of a black helmet is something that I've wanted the Saints to bring back for a really long time. I loved the trivia of the 1969 preseason black helmet. Loved the way that looked, and it would have been cool if they just made a more modernized version of that. I do think they were kind of doing a little too much with the stripe with the mini fleur-de-lis kind of step and repeat inside of it. It's like a little busy for me, but I'm a fan of them trying something new. And I hope that they can wear it with the all black uniforms, which are a favorite of mine, for a couple games, for like a primetime game in the Dome. That would be a pretty cool look, top to bottom, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I like them. I think it makes them look badass. My only issue is that they I read or heard that they're only going to wear them maybe 1 or 2 games, use them 1 or 2 games, which is kind of ridiculous. And I heard Cam Jordan wants to have gold uniforms.
Yes.
He's been wanting that. That's what he said. He's been wanting that for a long time.
The famous gold jerseys from 2002, right? It's the last time we wore those.
I don't know.
We wore them for
You guys
one
are the
game.
experts.
I'll never forget that game because I missed the end because I had to go to my sister's piano recital.
Yeah, that's important.
When did she play the piano?
It
that
was
she had
this is true. It happened.
Jacob, you probably were
Fortunately,
hallucinating, Jacob.
I really hope I wasn't hallucinating at 12 years old.
Well, Jacob, I
But
know you too well. Anyway,
that game sucked. We lost on the final play. Dante Culpepper threw a 10-yard touchdown pass with like 10 seconds left, and we lost. It was terrible. I remember listening to it on the radio in the parking lot at Loyola as we were like waiting till the last minute to go into this recital. But 12-year-old me just wanted to see the cool gold jerseys. We never wore them again.
Well, I like the idea of a black helmet. I think there's a lot of fleur-de-lis on this one. I mean, it's just a ridiculous amount of fleur-de-lis. You could just smear them and make them gold. I mean, it's just kind of absurd. But I think there's a rule that I agree with you, Sean. I would like to see him with the black on black uniforms, but the NFL will not allow that unless that's considered like a color rush. You have to wear these things with a color rush. And I would like to see a matte black helmet with the black uniforms with just the fleur-de-lis on it. Nothing.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm a sucker for it's definitely a sucker for the matte black. I love when college teams bust those out, and I'm surprised like more NFL teams haven't done that. So I'm also a sucker for we're getting off the rails here, but Notre Dame's like crazy mirrored gold helmets.
oh yeah,
If the Saints could bring those into the fold somehow, that would be pretty cool.
And then you shine lasers down and bounce them off and into the eyes of your opponent.
Yeah,
right.
Render them helpless.
There was a bowl game. I don't remember if LSU. It was the one that LSU played against Notre Dame, but Notre Dame wore those really shiny gold helmets, and a player's helmet collided with someone on the other team, and the paint chipped and shattered. And the announcer referred to it as a golden shower, which I'm surprised that didn't get him fired.
That's cute. Okay.
Yeah, there's so many things wrong with these helmets. I mean, I'm like a uniform fetishist. Like,
Yeah, well,
I've always been obsessed with athletic aesthetics, and there's so, like, literally everything that could have gone wrong with the black helmets went wrong. They're a shiny gloss finish, which doesn't match like any of our uniforms because the Nike like fabric is matte. It has a flat finish. So like it doesn't even match the black jerseys or pants because they don't have any shiny yoke to them like the old Reebok uniforms did. The face mask is black. It needs to be another color. You need to have contrast. Otherwise, it's just boring. It looks like a mistake. And the fleur-de-lis stripe, it looks like, I mean, there's so many horrible things that it looks like. It looks like officially licensed napkins that you would buy at like Party City. It looks like an officially licensed vinyl tablecloth that you would buy at Party City. Like the gold, like Sean pointed out earlier, the gold in the fleur-de-lis is just like mustard yellow. It's not even gold. It's hideous.
Jacob, you sound like a woman planning a wedding. My God, if the Saints go 14-3, do you really care what their helmets look like?
Well, if they
No,
lose the
I
three
won't.
games that they wear those helmets, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. If we don't play well in those helmets, Saints Twitter is
come on.
an
Yeah,
an
God, you
aneurysm.
sound like you sound okay. Come on, clothes don't make the man. Okay, let them go out and
They
just
say.
beat each other up. Okay, I don't think it makes that much difference.
I'm gonna throw up in my
Jiminy
mouth
Cricket.
if we wear them with the color rush jerseys.
Okay, all right, you do that.
Okay, let's get into the fun stuff here.
All right.
All right.
You're not having fun yet?
So much fun. Yeah, let's talk about some of our experiences over the years. This is a podcast that's supposed to be by the fans, about the fans. So, John and Dad, Gary, talk about like how you became a Saints fan, your origins as a Saints fan, and
Origin.
how your fandom has evolved over the years. I know you both have two different stories because John, you're from New Orleans, and
Right.
my dad is not.
Well, I believe we became season ticket holders from day one. Unfortunately, the first year they were 67. I actually went away to school up in New York for prep school, so I was gone for 3 years. So I really didn't get an opportunity to actually be involved in the very beginning. But I know my father was an avid football fan. My brother was a pretty decent football player at Newman. So,
Go
we
Greenies.
kind of go Greenies. So, we all loved football. So, I had to watch them from afar or listen to them from afar. So, being, like I said, an initial season ticket holder kind of holds a special place, And then eventually when I think my father gave them up, those tickets, and I got married, my father-in-law had tickets, so we took over his tickets. So, we've been going for years and years and years.
Dad, when you came back for Tulane, did you used to go to games when you were in undergrad?
Yeah, I did. And I think at that time they were still playing. Were they still playing at Tulane Stadium? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think actually when I came back, I mean, and I don't know if we're jumping ahead, but I mean, I remember obviously a memory that a lot of people remember is being there at the Detroit game and seeing Dempsey, kick the 63-yard field goal. So, that was pretty special. I mean,
You were one of the approximately 1.5 million people that say they were in the 70,000
right. That's what I'm
stadium.
saying. I mean, it's not. I realize it's not but I mean, I guess I'm very fortunate. One of 65,000 who are actually there to see it live, which was kind of cool. And I don't recall. I'm not for certain what, we were only down by what, 2 points, or what was it?
I think so. Yeah.
It was within a field goal.
Yeah.
Right, obviously within a field goal, but for some reason or other,
It's
I have
either
a
one or
recollection-
two.
Right, I have a recollection of a lot of people leaving the stadium, which I don't quite understand why people would leave the stadium when you're only down by 2 points.
Yeah.
But you know, hearing the roar and so forth like that. So yeah, no, it was pretty special.
That's cool.
Wonderful.
What about you, Gary? You're a transplant. So how did you?
I am a
come to
transplant.
Tacoma?
Well,
Yeah.
when I moved here, I was still an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
But, you know, wherever you were living, that's the team you get. When they're on the road, you get the game. So you watch the Saints. And, of course, at the time, they never sold out. So you never got the home games. So you just got the away games. But after like it was a couple of years, I mean, nobody could lose games like the Saints could lose games. They were just infectious. The leads they would blow. I mean, they had like a great offense. They could score with anybody, but the defense was miserable. And they would just give up gobs of yards and points at inopportune moments. And it's, you know, then the city was all into the Saints. So it was really hard not to become a fan of the Saints. You know, I was here and I had to watch them, and you just, you know, lovable losers. You know, that's what they were. And related, saying the second question about what was the first Saints memory, I was not in Tulane Stadium. I was one of the few Americans that was not in Tulane Stadium when he kicked that field goal. But I was watching, I guess it was an Eagles game or some game on, it probably was CBS that day, and the game ended, and they cut to the Saints game because Dempsey was going to kick that field goal. You know, he was going to attempt a 63-yarder, and I saw it live on TV.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was carried live.
That was my first memory of the Saints.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. I mean,
you hear stories of I'm trying to think who was the Detroit Lion, Alex Karras. They're, you know, hearing stories about the line sitting there kind of laughing like, you got to be kidding me, you know. It's like they didn't believe that this was, you know, was it going to be a fake or, you know, what. But yeah, no, it was.
Yeah, true story. Yeah. Next.
Yeah.
Jacob, you live or you frozen?
He's frozen.
He's frozen.
he looks frozen.
The story was just
Well, he took his breath away.
for him.
Took his breath away.
It took his right.
Well, I don't think this is the fault of my computer.
No, it's Jacob.
It's Jacob.
Does he realize it? Sean, you want to text him?
Yeah. I think he realizes it.
Okay.
But yeah, cool. How's everything going, guys? You doing all right? Gary, did you enjoy your Father's Day?
Yeah, it was good. You know, we had you heard about, you know, the issue we had with Abby over the weekend.
No. Well, she just had a baby, right? But
she had a baby, but she had another medical issue that was pretty serious. Apparently, it was something that she had all her life. She had a brain bleed, and she lost some feeling on her left side. And so they took her to the hospital on Friday, and it turns out it was something she's had like most of her life. And, you know, it just, I guess the stress or whatever caused the bleed.
How can they tell Gary that she's had it for all this time?
I don't know. The MRI, I guess they knew it had been there for a long time.
Oh,
wow.
Or this is something that they've seen before, something called cavernous, whatever. I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that it stops bleeding on its own. And she came. The women took care of the baby over the weekend. They were on shifts. Loretta, Edna, and Annie, and Becky came in town too, because the baby, you know, every few hours it has to be fed. Yeah. So they didn't get a whole lot of sleep. And I had the dog, and of course the dog Saturday got sick as hell. Saturday night, it's throwing up all over the fucking place. And I had to call. I had to text him and said,
"So wait, you had
come here and help."
You had Gail?
I had Gail, yeah. I had Gail.
I didn't know whether, okay.
So anyway, Abby's okay now. She's back home.
No,
But so the first half of Father's Day was over there, waiting for them to come back from the hospital. And then after that, we went to this place, Wetland Sake. They brew their own sake. It's
I've heard of
really,
them.
really good. It's
Okay.
delicious.
Wow.
Delicious. Yeah.
That's great. Where are they at?
They're on Orange Street, not far from where Urban South is.
Oh,
A
cool.
couple blocks away.
Okay.
Yeah. They're in the same building as the commissary, which is a Dickie Brennan
Right. Okay.
kitchen type deal.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I've
same
been,
building.
yeah, we've been there. I've been there. The commissary. Yeah.
Very cool.
Wetland
Awesome.
Sake is right next to it.
That's
Jacob,
awesome.
you frozen again?
It's frozen again.
Uh-oh. He's back and frozen again. Well,
His feed must be a little bit off because he's looked a little bit fuzzy this whole
yeah.
time. It's not as the definition's off a little bit.
Well, it's funny. Usually my internet's the one that's messed up, but I guess it's his this time.
You're
so.
in your man cave, Sean?
I am in the man cave. Yeah. Gumbo's chilling down here. Caroline has to work today.
What?
Yeah, they didn't give them the day off, I guess. So
okay.
but
She'll be home at 5 though.
yeah. Her work schedule's a lot less intense than it used to be. So very, very happy about that. Much nicer when she gets home before 7 and doesn't have any other work to take home with her. So
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I doubt anybody that I work with is off today.
Yeah. Right.
It's not a thing.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you know.
How's everyone else doing, Gary, Loretta, everyone?
Yeah, they're fine.
That's good.
Yeah.
Annie doing okay?
Yeah. She was with us yesterday. She took me to the sake place.
That's fun.
That's good.
That's good.
She had a good time up in New York?
Oh yeah, she had a real good time.
Oh, what brought her up there? Just for fun?
Yeah. She went up to visit Matt's sister.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot.
And also, she had some other friends come up there a couple days later from college, and she's got a couple of high school friends that already live there.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so she was up there for like 4 or 5 days.
Hillary's up there now. She's up in New York now.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then we were up there. Ren and I were up in that part of the world.
I know.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know.
Very cool.
Yeah, we're up to visit. I don't know if you ever met Fancy Nancy and Vinny. They live in Providence now.
No.
We're old friends of Loretta.
Okay.
That's
cool.
Fancy Nancy.
Yeah, that's what we call it. We call it Fancy Nancy.
How's Providence? I've never been to Rhode Island.
I didn't really go into the city, but it was nice. The airport's really nice. It's small. It's not crowded. And then we went to Newport the next day. That's really nice, right there on the water.
Was the jazz festival going on?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, but that's where the Newport. Yeah, isn't that where Newport? Yeah, that's where.
I think they still have that. And we went at a good. Turns out it was a good week because up north, kids don't get out of school till like mid-June.
Right.
So this was the first week in June. So it was like between Memorial Day and the kids getting out. So it was kind of quiet there.
That's good.
At least that's what the bartender told us. That's why it's cool.
Yeah. All those
guy,
the kids drinking at the bars.
Damn kids. I'm telling you.
Damn kids.
So we had a lobster roll. Got a good lobster roll.
Nice.
Right out of the water right there. It was nice. It was real nice.
Cool.
Real nice place.
Good.
So we had a good time, and then we went to Philly, had some family issues to take care of, and took a train down from Providence.
How was the train?
It was nice. The first part from Providence to New York, you kind of like go along the water, the shore.
Very, very picturesque.
Very picturesque. Yeah, it was real nice. And then once you got to the other side of New York, into New Jersey, it's like all industrial shit. It's nasty.
Yeah.
I love trains, and it's like a shame that they're like not more of a part of our daily lives in the South.
Sean,
Wow.
have you?
Oh,
Sean,
nice.
have you? When was the last time you were on a real true train?
When we went to Europe for our honeymoon, I guess. Probably
Back.
like a commuter train.
Yeah.
So
What's the
Okay.
problem, Jacob? What was the problem?
So Sean has a similar device set up in his back house, but I have to use a Wi-Fi extender, and usually they're pretty reliable, but like somebody got
Don't worry about it. It'll be done.
it gets scrambled by radio.
That's it.
He's frozen again.
Man, he's having problems today. Well, anyway, on the way back from the somewhere up on that trip, John, I don't know you know this, but I got COVID.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah. I came back with it. I mean, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't feel bad,
Didn't have
did you?
to, huh?
You didn't feel bad, did you? I mean, what?
No,
what
I
made
thought I
you-
just had a cold because I felt it the day we were coming back, and I took a test the following day on Tuesday, and it was negative.
I was negative. What, a home
Yeah,
one?
and then on that Friday, I took another test, and it was positive.
These are home tests, or did you ever have
Yeah,
PCR?
yeah. No, it's just a home test.
Yeah. You have any idea how you think you contracted it?
No, maybe it was the train. There was a couple sneezing and coughing behind us on the last leg of the
Yeah.
train. We don't. And the
Loretta-
renovation.
Loretta
What?
didn't get it, did she?
No,
And
So
you
no,
you
I
haven't
don't-
had it before, have you?
no.
You haven't. Neither has
Neither one.
Loretta. No.
No.
No. You haven't either, Sean, have you? Or Caroline?
no, knock on wood, we
Not to your
haven't.
knowledge.
No.
Yeah, no. I know
No.
Hillary and Ryan haven't either. No, we've been very fortunate. So,
Yeah.
all right.
I just gotta wait for Jacob to.
That Charlotte airport is something else, isn't it, Gary?
Yeah, I didn't like it. On the
Oh,
way
you didn't
back,
like Charlotte? Oh, I think.
no, man. On the way
It's a
back,
great
it was
airport. I love it.
crowded, and our flight got delayed 2 hours.